decided to start defense. Let's hope that that was the right decision. A C-long push to begin things. They're getting very aggressive, pushing all the way down. A dash from Takis as they create some space, and now we're going to see Nukie swinging wide to try and take that angle. They're definitely not going to be getting anything then, actually, because the slow, the smoke, the molly, just keeps them completely back over on the attacking side.
Yeah, this is as far forward as I think you'll ever see a defensive team go, and Akuma has just come up huge with 3 kills. Just obliterates anybody on the offense, but look at the push from Avova. Oh, he almost managed to thread the needle. It ends up being a crazy kill from Akuma as they will take themselves the round.
Evidently a couple of tech difficulties there, but we're back into players' heads, you know? And it's hard. Yeah. Exactly what Opportunists are trying to do right now is get inside Heretics' head, pick their brain, figure out what they're doing, and now we're back inside their heads so we can see things from their perspective. Pistol round under their belt, that is a good start for them, but now they've got to do a little bit more. Oh, that's interesting. I always love, like, it still gets me every time I come around a corner and see an agent just floating. It's like... It's weird. Although I gotta say, Aster's outfit is so damn cool. Like the scarf down the side, definitely the best.
Cosplay coming soon?
Absolutely.
It's aggressive from Bora. Straight through, tries to use the cage, and well, it hasn't gone fantastically well. They haven't invested much into this round, so any costs they can create will be magnificent. And well, it's actually gonna be a turret kill, so I don't know if that one counts. It's a buddy kill coming out from Logan. One thing I will mention from the pistol is it's quite cool that we actually see the Nebula used on the other side of the map. So the bait there from Opportunists was they used the Nebula completely opposite to where they're pushing. So you have a player holding, you have a player waiting, expecting some aggression, and instead they all come running through C. So I think that's one of the most impactful points we have of Astra right now, is the ability to just activate utility anywhere while doing something completely different.
I do love these setups that you have from Killjoy. The fact that you can hold down Garage, you can hold down B, but look at the stars right now. Man, there are enough of them in Garage. It's like a galaxy over there. They've already activated a pull and tried for some spams. I do like that attempt. On a round like this, you're versus weaker weapons. You know they're going to be in Garage. They're going to be looking for those closer angles. Flash by Hoppy. Oh, that was such a nice setup, but no capitalization on it. Again, Heretics just have the heads-up better weapons. But the fact that, you know, you have a player spotting on long, you try to take that fight, that gives your Phoenix information to flash and make the play. It just didn't work out this time.
No, they've denied the plant at least, though. Nice shock darts coming out from Rodin, so that's additional damage at least. Now, we'll say the retake's still unlikely. It's cost that's been caused, which in a round where you're likely to purchase up in the next, it's something. But getting back into this site is going to be so difficult. Every angle covered, a wall holding you out, and facing Nuki, normally someone who you can rely on, but he's actually lost that duel.
And you can see, I'm pretty sure they had somebody over on Angel to actually watch for the players doing a double shock dart lineup coming out from like the B side. But that's where the benefit of those faster shock darts will work, because, okay, you're not going to be able to get the double shock dart when you do it like that, but they can't react in time. The position was so good, the timing perfect, but they're watching it as they take down Rodin, and players on A are just going to jump into that spike because they don't want the weapons. They only have the weak ones, obviously, and there's no point taking less money. This is a full investment from Opportunists.
Yeah, this is where things get a bit interesting. Takas straight away pulling out that operator. It's what we wanted to see more on Split, and it didn't really have the impact we desired. As said, like, he had an uncharacteristically quiet performance. Like, if you're going to move away from that classic Sage, especially on Split, and pull up the Jet, he needs to be fragging out. He needs to be finding openers, and he needs to be doing damage. And that wasn't quite the case. However, Haven is a map where I think the rotational aggressive op, it's ridiculously strong. We've seen it since the beginning. I think we'll see it until, well, I don't know, maybe if they reduce this map to 2 sites, it might change a little bit, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
For Heretics, they're in a little bit of trouble because they've conceded a lot of map control, and you can see that despite that op picking off kills, it's not the op that's the point man of the A play. It's actually Hoppy, who's now hearing steps on middle and making his way up behind into the window, but he's spotted by Lowell. A shutdown from the Sage covering their back will allow the plant to come in. Again, the shock darts to harass them, but not really find anything, and now the retake. You know, in this position, if you're Heretics, you've got a lot of control. There's stars down for the push out from B. They smoke it instantly, so you can focus out towards A. That is so good. Such a good setup. And Avova now able to fall back and use his star. There's the pull, and he's going to swing afterwards now, knowing that Logan is vulnerable. That is huge. So well played by Heretics from start to finish. They only survive with 3 players, but it's still a clean round.
I'm really, like, I went into today after watching some of the Astra play we've had throughout the tournament thinking, you know, maybe it's not as exciting as everyone thought. Avova has changed my mind. Like, I'm really enjoying every single piece of his utility. Just seems to be so perfectly placed, and he just makes things really annoying whenever you're trying to get in somewhere. Logan's just like, oh, come on, man, now I can't move. Now I'm tagged up by the drone. Like, leave me alone. Just let me walk into the site and clutch. That's what I do.
But he even baited him as well. You know, he showed the barrel of his gun. He's like, I'm gonna come, don't move. And then, boom, he's popped, he's vulnerable, then they peek in. Or they don't even, they wait for him to push them down. Because Nuke was backside previously, and that space is now open. Like, everything about that was so well played. That made me very happy. Oh, Logan, that's a headshot off, but he's not going to get anything for it. A little bit of damage. I think he right-clicked a little bit too close. Hoppy has managed to dodge the showstopper. Takas didn't, but it opened up the opportunity for him to get a kill. Still, no capitalization. And with weak weapons under their belt, we didn't really expect much from Opportunists. But not a single kill? That's going to give Heretics a lot of credits to spend.
Yeah, they've also got the Cosmic Divide. Again, I feel like it's very situational, and actually a lot of the spots we had, it was mainly the defensive uses I was more impressed by. I think there was one round I can think of on the attack coming out from Heretics where it was specifically useful. Again, we'll have Takas on the operate even. Apparate.
Apparatus of death.
He's gonna disappear. He's gonna apparate. But we hope not. At least that is aggressive from Akuma, especially on the agent he's playing. Your Astra just pushing in. That's most of your utility now gone. No more smokes. No more gravity walls. I'm not feeling too comfortable about that style of push, but Takas is well placed and will actually deny any more aggression from Nuki.
You know what? The upside is, okay, Akuma went down, but so did Avova. So that's the utility gone from the attackers, and actually ends up being kind of a worthwhile trade. If you're, I think that at least on the attack, you should be getting more value because you can still plug the holes with the likes of your Killjoy. So it's I don't know, kind of 1 in 5 chance. There's no way he knows that he's there, but it worked out this time. Takas up above, nice kill to Pour. That wall doesn't save him at all. It just puts him right on a pedestal. Takas moves to the left side, sees another, but Lal's quick to react. Rubino down to the shock dart as Lal looks to get more, but that flash, it's so well placed. There's another on its way. That's why Lal falls back, but as he heals, Logan executes the perfect flank. Now, good to take this defuse, although it will be Hoppy as he needs to get his ultimate up and online. Just 1 away after taking this defuse. And there's a Reaver Vandal for him as well. What a lucky guy. He didn't even take. Throw that up. I'd swap the op, but that's just me.
Yeah, you're a bit of a wrong. And also, you don't have Takas as your teammate. I feel like if you had Takas as your teammate, you might be thinking a little bit differently.
No, if it's a Reaver Vandal, I wouldn't be.
You are the analyst of Alliance who has Cadavra, so if you're also making that choice, not the smartest thing in the world.
I guess I'd do it for Kata, alright. Whatever. Mainly because he'd be screaming like, Meech, gets up! But that was a perfect impression. He won't be offended. 3-3. We're tied up right now, and Team Heretics on that attacking side. We're going to see Avova actually get to survive past the first 2 seconds of the round. There's no crazy play by Akuma. He's got the Cosmic Divide, but as do they on the defensive side. And I'm actually excited to see on Haven now how they're going to be deploying these, because we saw it on Split not really deliver all too much. I don't think there was a Cosmic Divide I was sat there thinking, oh wow, that's such a good use of the ult, but I do feel like it's just generally going to be mediocre. There are some combinations, the most I'll say is some combinations you can use that make it incredibly strong, but it's very situational.
Yeah, you keep your secrets. Well, Roden, strong position, lots of information garnered. They've managed to deny space over onto C, which was the initial plan. Also got a few stars looking to be placed as well for the defense.
You are divided.
There comes the divide. This is going to put Rodin in a bit of an awkward
Double divide.
spot. He can't really go forward, and in fact, what that means is Hoppy's actually stuck, but he gets away with the battle, wins the duel. It's created a bit of an awkward spot, and the peek back through from Hoppy. Fantastic stuff from him. It leaves Pora alone, and 25 seconds, spike in his hands, Mitch. He's going to try and fake the steps.
Oh, it's so damn good, man. It's so good. Like that, we always talk about the Phoenix wall, the Viper wall. Well, exactly this. You're dead. Oh, he almost got that. That was a haircut for Akuma. But yeah, we talk about those, you know, Phoenix and Viper walls and how the Phoenix Flash and the Sky Flash through them are so powerful. Right there, we got a preview of what we can expect in the future. Hoppy plays right on the edge of the wall, takes the first fight, even though he was vulnerable, then pops the flash and goes on through. It's so good because remember, that wall also dampens your sound. You can still hear through it at close range, but not like it's very like underwater,
Not
right?
in the heat at the moment.
Exactly. It's submerged and you can't pinpoint it enough. So that flash is masked a little bit more, gives you basically no time to react to it. And then, well, he gets 3K out of it.
Yeah, this is something new as well for him as a player. Like, we've seen him more as a controller previously. Now, past the gravity well they go. With a deep nebula, they've been able to take a lot of A control. It almost looks somewhat as if there's a retake setup coming in for Opportunists, but look how deep they've managed to get into C. They know that it's either going to be the B site, where they have all of their utility from Killjoy, or it's going to be A again, where I imagine they're going to go for a similar style retake.
Still just kind of chuckling to myself that we've had Cosmic Divide to counter Cosmic Divide. It's the first. I like it. The push out to side here, the smoke's in play. They're going to last quite a while. Recon... Oh, it might actually spot somebody because they're pressured by Hoppy. I like that combination. You pop the recon dart and your Phoenix flashes through and pushes at the same time. Oh, Hunter's Fury is fired out. He's trying to get something done. At least lockdown's destroyed. Hoppy not going to be caught by it, but the wall, it blocks his flash. Now he's in trouble. He's trying to get out, but the slow keeps him in position, and he continues to push. There's a Phoenix ultimate basically destroyed by 2 pieces of utility. That's a massive counter. As they now look to do a little bit more. Avova ready to swing on his teammates' contact. They know they're coming out. The first, the second, Opportunists are tearing them apart. Rubino is stuck towards short and Logan catches him. What is that retake, man? Opportunists did something that a lot of teams have tried. They have tried to push in through lower onto the A site for a retake versus a Sage and versus an Astra. That's a very, very tough push to make happen. And it works for them. Not only works, but it was clean. Heretics have got to be so upset with losing that round.
Yeah, the weird thing is as well is watching this back, it's a dry retake. Like, the only thing down is the Blaze, which I think it's fair to say is probably one of the worst pieces of utility in all of Valorant. Like, it's not a... I'm not sat there going, oh, well, he had the Blaze, so that made the difference.
That'll help.
It's a few-second wall that holds them off and does barely any damage.
But it hurts them for like 3 damage, Tom. You know, that can help.
It's almost like... I have to almost put that down to Heretics Crossfire. Like, I don't think they should be able to get that far out, 3 players pushing the same angle, without you at least getting a couple of kills.
I'm with you, man, because they did everything right. They avoided the Phoenix ult. They avoided the Phoenix flashes. They avoided literally every piece of utility Opportunists had. They used up, and they got nothing for it. The lockdown, like, everything was gone. So most 99% of the threat of that round was out. All they had to worry about was people taking fights. No way, he's still peeking on that angle. Nuke, are you crazy? He gets spotted by the recon, but he destroyed it and then just stood there like, no one's going to spam it now. That's massive. I mean, they're just picking off free kills at this point. And again, for those of you at home, this is a full buy. You know, Heretics have come in with actual weapons. They're looking to make this work with rifles, and well, it's been clean for Opportunists so far. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, Pora feeling like he needed to make some sort of play, and with the time ticking away, I kind of agree. Getting this spike down is going to be impossible, and they look to try and push, but actually the gravity well holds them back a little bit. Avova's only good for 1, and Lau will fall all the same. Opportunists, I feel like they're playing a risky game here, just allowing the A site to go, but so far their retakes and their denial of space has actually been pretty damn good. I'm impressed.
I want to make a point quickly for people that might be relatively new or maybe not used to seeing Astra. It could be their first day tuning in, any of that sort of stuff. And this is something that you said to me yesterday, Tom, something you pointed out to me, which is that at the moment, Astra's utility that you see on the sidebars shows you how many of the abilities she has active. Okay, cool, but it doesn't show you the stars. So in that retake, or before Opportunist had to retake, when there were 3 players alive, Pora peeked into an op. Dry. Okay, Nukier, a lot of space and perfectly predicted. This is a weak buy. I thought I'd have time to talk, but maybe not, because they're trading back. They're getting weapons. They might even be getting the sight. Takas has something to say about that, but he's been spotted. Knives out. 30 HP. That shock dart almost takes him down. Logan providing the cover from afar. The right clicks not going to deal the damage as Lowell needs to get that spike. It's being watched by 2, and they hope the information will be enough. Even picking it up with F isn't going to help them really, as Pora should be falling. There we go. Traded out by Robin Hood from the grave. But the point quickly to make it is that in the 3-man hold on A, there were 3 attackers there. Avova, I'm sure someone would be thinking, but he had smokes. Why didn't they smoke it? Why did they peek it like that? Well, he didn't have any stars left, so he couldn't place it and activate it because he didn't have it to place in the first place. So it's just something to keep in mind, that you might look at it and think, oh, they've got 2 smokes, cool. But actually, if they don't have the stars to use them on, it's kind of not for naught.
7-3 defensive side. I highlighted the default from Heretics being so strong in the past. Well, they've been able to take the sites, but they haven't been able to hold on to them in the retakes. That round coming a little bit close, but I think they're going to want to get these last couple of rounds. It's risky again from Akuma, something we've seen a couple of times. Last, he managed 1 and done. This time, absolutely nothing. And now Logan's about to come under pressure. A man who seems to thrive in those moments with support from Roden. The chances, again, is that this will be another afterplant.
It looks like it. As I said, Opportunists love playing from behind, and at this point, they're going to have to, because there's only 2 players left alive. Hoppy does well to at least take out Nukier. He'll look for a little bit more push down by Lowell, leaving just Takas. That operator has done a lot of work so far, but it has a lot more to do. An Astra Star going down inside of the window deters him from pushing up there. Barrel spotted. He knows there's a player around. A ghost in hand. He won't take even a lick of damage from that, but this engagement, he won't be so lucky. Oh, 2 good attempts. They would have been nice shots. They would have been on his YouTube channel afterwards, but both miss, unfortunately. Still, also, that's the goated knife right there. That, I forget what it's even called. The karambit. Double-edged one. It's beautiful.
It seems like you might have a problem, Mitch.
I like skins, Tom, okay? I like skins.
How much money have you spent?
We don't need to talk about it.
It is an unknown amount to myself, and I shall keep it that way.
For my own sanity.
Oh, he's going to take the fight again. Now, Rubino has been there to meet him. He spotted 2 players, and they're going to throw in the run it back. And, well, it's very quickly run back, as quickly demolished. Multiple players still here. Remember holding on to the garage as well. And Hoppy, he's so low, but he's still battling. He's still brawling and looking to try and escape. Pora will be brought back from the fray. And it was actually a safe res as well. There was nobody able to really capitalize upon it. So a 5-on-4, a low player as well. Opportunist in a bit of a rough spot in this round.
A rough spot indeed, Tom. You know, they waited a long time there on Takas to try and get the shot with the operator, but Heretics were very disciplined in not going for the peaks. They knew after they lost 1, they could get the res out, and it's worthwhile with the man advantage sitting firmly in their favor until Takas finally got to pull the trigger on that weapon. Moving to the A site now to support his team, and we're going to have a nice Cosmic Divide. Hoppy in trouble, pressured, and taken down. They don't know about Roden, though. They suspect it. Oh, Cam's going to go through Roden. He's been sold out. They know he's there, and he has to make a move. Catching off Pora on the push in.
Gets him.
Not quite the expected angle, evidently, but he's still dealt with eventually. Attack is having an operator. No dash. Going through that wall. I didn't expect it. And the timing is ultimately what gets him. Oh, that nade is so good as well. Nukier, he read Logan like a book. And that is 5-7. Heretics doing well to close that one out.
Yeah, there's just situations in games where, like, you go, I haven't really said too much about Nuki for a while, and then he just demolishes everyone. Like, that was a 4K round from him. A lot of it was good utility usage, but also just swinging into angles and finding picks, getting rid of an operator player, even holding for him. It was wonderful stuff. It's why he's considered one of the best players in the whole of Europe, probably the world. We're yet to really find out. But 7-5. I think Heretics would have expected a little bit more, if I'm honest. Like, a few rounds with afterplants that I think they should have held on to. And Opportunists doing very well in the retake. Now they go on to their attack. And while I think we're seeing some very different strategies here, with ghosts across the board for Opportunists, and a lot of utility for Heretics.
Most definitely. Opportunists going in for the very aggressive pistol, shall we say. You don't see it every single day. Camera destroyed, the information given. Wall down. I like this. On pistol, the wall is just so valuable, and that stops them in a number of different levels. Poor the one to take the aggressive stance into garage is a bit of a surprise, especially when the wall is up. You know they're not going to be looking anywhere else, but he still manages to do a lick of damage to Takas before falling on back. This time, though, he's not so lucky as Roden deals with him. They get the site and look to get the plant, but it's not on B where they'll do that. It's A instead as they push all the way through, question mark? Looks like they're cancelling that call and looking instead at the site where they should be able to get the trade, and now finally a plant. You look at the positions from Heretics, they have 2 players in spawn. I mean, they are flabbergasted. They have no idea what's going on.
God, this is a back and forth. Nice shot from Rubino, though. He's trying to deny them access to this C site where they look to try and get that plant down. Logan has been waiting to see if anybody pushes through the attacker spawn, but it hasn't happened just yet. And he'll eventually find his place within the garage. All 3 looking to try and get it on the retake from the spawn, and there's no one watching at the moment.
Oh man, look at this for Hoppy. He's got a teammate to back him up and hits the shot on Anuki. Eventually, Rubino spotted now as the last man alive. The bait, but he's ready for it. His brain is too big. Logan thought he'd catch him by surprise. Luckily, Hoppy's able to finish the round off. But that was close. So well read by Rubino. When he saw that player, he sensed, this guy's toying with me. He's waiting for his teammate. Flicks over, takes Logan. I love that.
These rounds have been so close. It's been a very good map. I was expecting Heretics to come out and almost dominate, and instead, they're looking a little bit flabbergasted. That's what we expect, though. Like, all the top teams are going to be looking into each other, analyzing the plays that are made, and sure, there hasn't been a massive amount of time between the 2 events, but it seems like a lot of teams have come in very well prepared. Akuma already just going to start prowling his way straight down. I was expecting a lot of Astra players to be fairly reserved, a bit passive, ready to use their utility for the good of the team. Akuma has decided he is the entry fragger at the same time.
Yeah, it's an interesting approach on both defense and offense, but hey, it's working evidently. Shock dart down will deter any further aggression. Another on its way, and these guys are back and forth. It's like an accordion watching them move. Eventually, they're able to make it out, but not much comes of it. As another round for Opportunists. And Tom, we said Heretics were undefeated in BO3s and BO5s, but recently those records shattered. The only thing they're left holding on to. Nobody has ever beaten us on Haven. 27 times we've been challenged here. But the 28th, you know, historically, it's the 28th straw that breaks the camel's back.
Of course, yeah.
Would be a very small camel. Or a very big straw.
Very big straw. Okay. Alright. Well, hopefully it's some sort of renewable straw, if it's that. 9-5. This is where, well, Opportunists are in a position where if they can even do damage here, that would be massive for them. Like, they come in with a Marshal, SMGs, even a pistol in the form of a Sheriff. It's going to be a very fast take coming out from them, splitting straight through the garage, where in terms of weaponry, they don't actually have that much of a disadvantage. And Hoppy,
okay,
it's been spectacular, but this is a good position. He loses the duel. I thought he had that one dead to rights. Takas has also landed a headshot with the Marshal. This is falling apart for Heretics. It's down to just 2 players, Mitch, and they need to turn this around.
This is such an important round for Heretics, and yeah, that man disadvantaged the weak weapons from Opportunists, but they're delivering. Time is starting to tick away. Porin needs to make a move. He's spotted, but he gets the shot off to Roden. Stuck in a corner, back against the wall, but he bites back. The site now clear. They see that with the cam. The smoke is in play, but they're ready on the lineups. They think they've got it. Sheriffs, marshals, they do a lot of damage, but not a high rate of fire. Ghost comes out, halfway stuck. Smoke's still up. It's going to go away, and the kills come in for Takas to save the day. Opportunists, they put double digits on the board, and Heretics, oh, they are being left behind in their dust.
I don't want to jinx them. I don't want to do it, Mitch, but if I'm being an unbiased caster, removing all of the previous things I've seen, even removing the fact that I really like this Heretics team, this is looking ropey. Like, they just lost a round that was basically just a fast C hit, very quickly through garage. One of the most common strategies you're going to pull out in a round like this, let's be honest. It should be something they expect and all over the shop. This is looking fantastic for Opportunists. Hoppy on Phoenix has been huge. Roden as well, like, previously wasn't someone who, like, always played this over. It was switched around quite regularly. He's looked great as well. And I don't think they've really put a foot wrong so far in this match.
No, they have looked clean, and we talked about how the new compositions, obviously with Astra, can change the game so much, and we spoke about the Phoenix and Opportunist approach compared it to Ballista and how they managed to take Heretics very close in a 14-12 victory for Heretics. It was the shakiest game for them in recent memory, but I gotta be honest, I thought it was all just posturing, Tom. I thought we were just chatting about potential, you know, trying to give both sides of the story, but really, come on, Heretics lose this map? No, it's their home ground. They know what they're doing here, and they've looked good so far, even with this new composition, but Opportunists, they've brought something different. Roden, again. I saw a thing in chat earlier, instead of Robin Hood, it's Roden Hood, and I think we're going down that road. This guy's got so many damn shock dart kills all throughout this game. It's ridiculous.
Well, actually, that fits perfectly as well, because obviously we kind of assume that there's an organization coming, but as of right now, he is taken from the rich and given to the orgless, so it's just perfect.
Yes, very commonly how they used to refer to medieval peasants, the orgless, you know? They're not supported.
I'm not skin, I'm orgless.
I'm orgless, yeah. Well, 11-5. This is unbelievable, and let's paint the picture of how important this round is, Tom, for Heretics. A loss here puts 12 on the board for Opportunists. That represents not just a way back in the legacy of Haven being torn apart, but also a way back into the series for Opportunists to knock Heretics out. Remember, Opportunists' ascent is quite strong, albeit Heretics is as well, but if they do it here on Haven, oh, it's going to be scary. That push on site, the lineup is there! Oh my god, Pora! 2 kills contributing to the third, and this is a shakedown. Roden somehow manages to pull it back. He's going to be spotted, but Logan's here as well, and we said Opportunists like to play from behind, but this is just ridiculous. Hunter's Fury is online, and they might look to get something for it when the recon comes back online, but maybe not anymore. The 1v2 for Roden, you can't really afford to use your ulti and be rushed down. The camera spotted, but hey, there's no Cypher to activate it. They're both on his close left. He can isolate the first fight, but then the wallbang comes through. Heretics, the lifeline they needed is extended. They want to close this out. They don't want to risk a final map to potentially knock them out of the running for Challengers Finals this week.
They've got a long way back, though. I will say that they are a team with that level of resilience. They're a team that has the mental fortitude to turn things back around. A seasoned roster of players from previous games that have been successful in those particular esports. This take, though, it looked done. Like, let's be real. We saw those first 3 kills come in, and I was like, round over, easy peasy. And then another kill with the shock dart, by the way. There's been so many of them from Roden. He's been putting in the prac, that's for sure.
Who? Roden? You mean Roden Hood, right?
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I was like, wait, have I
messed
Roden?
it up?
Have I been saying it wrong the whole time?
Oh man, look who opens it up this time. A nuke position given away.
No.
They know when he pops that he no longer has his weapon out. That's so beautiful. A 2-man advantage now for Opportunists as Heretics again have to pull it back on the defensive side. And the problem here is, Tom, they don't have a goal. It's not like, oh, let's go retake C. Oh, they're on their way to A. Get there early. They don't know what's going on. They've got nothing for the players that they've lost. Look at where they were. in B and inside the window in garage. At the moment that they are left gambling, but luckily, it seems like the gamble's paying off. They're moving towards A, and there are a lot of players here. In fact, it's Hoppy pushing forward with that Phoenix, looking to take the duels, and he spots a player close. The trade comes in for the ultimate. That's a free extra player, basically. Vova and Lowell on the back of the site, dealt with one after another. Trades can come in. Now they just take the fight together, and there it is. The double swing. 12-6, and Opportunists, they're looking to take this all the way. I mean, 6 rounds in a row, Tom. Heretics are good on this map, but surely they're not that good.
No, I have to say at this point, my belief is gone. Like, it has been a rough match for them for sure, and I don't want to take anything away from Opportunists. I think they've been superb. I think the victory is earned at this stage, and when you look at what's coming in on the other side, it's not great. Like, you've got a couple of rifles. Maybe in the last map I would have, like, said that it was possible, but from what we've seen so far, it's not been the case, and, well, Rodin's still thriving. I have a Vova jump spot coming from Rubino. They at least have some information that Takas is here, but that doesn't really tell you much. He's been lurking on the other side of the map for a lot of this game, and there's still plenty of utility. A gravity well here could make things quite awkward, but instead, we're going to see the Cosmic Divide just section off this site and allow them to clear all of the early angles.
This is not the kind of round you want to be fighting off against. A Vova on the backside. Oh, I like this. The drone through, you spot the players, but the thing is, if you don't have damage dealing utility, you can't do much about it. Eventually, Shock Dart comes in, and Lal's good for the kill. Hoppy upside, able to trade back a little more as well. Eventually, Lal's good for 1. The man advantage maintains over towards the attackers. As they look to move onto the site, it's only one hope really for this round, and that's the flank from Nukie. He already dealt with Logan. In comes Lowell, taking the timing, but that operator still in play is the one to take the shot, but not the kill just yet. Up on top, what is that? Nukie uses his blast packs to throw him off guard, presuming he was up against the op still, but it's the ghost out that manages to deal damage. Not enough. What a crazy fight, a crazy round, but they hold on at least a little bit longer.
How dare you do that, Nuke? How dare you do that? That's one of the most unbelievable ways I've seen anyone decide to clutch out a round. It's like, you know what? He ain't hitting this shot. I'm just going to go straight over the top. That was a 1v1 that would have ended the map. I respect it, but at the same time, that is one of the scariest things I've ever seen anyone attempt.
And the op shot barely missed as well. Like, I thought it was on. For a second, I thought that definitely hit. I don't know if he dashed too early or what happened. Started moving. I don't know, but oh wow, that came down to the wire is not even right. Down to the atom. Like, oh man,
I'm sweating. That play made
me too. I'm not even kidding. Yeah,
I'm actually sweating.
12-7. Opportunists looking to break Heretics' record. The final record they hold on to here. 5 rounds in a row needed for Heretics. They've done the first. Nuke even shuts down Takas, who's been so instrumental. Again, he just won a 1v1 against this guy, and now he's like, I'm not even giving you a second to breathe, man. Right into the start of the round, taking that fight.
Yeah, the amount we see Nuke use the operator is not massive, but don't doubt his ability, ever. Like, he can definitely work this weapon, and it adds a scary dynamic in. Rubino gonna go peeking. They've caught them in. They've left them in awkward positions, and oh, it's a battle once again behind this smoke, but it's gone the way of Lau. The remaining 2 players not in the best scenario here. Rodin trying to sneak his way out, and they are not going to allow for that. They are ready and waiting, and Akuma is left to try and make some more of those big brain plays. He's actually gonna divide all on his own using the ultimate. He's gonna go straight through, and Rubino is watching.
Watching, waiting. There'll be no commiserating, not yet at least, because Heretics still need 4 more rounds. Then they'll tell them, you know, good half. 4 in a row. It's tough, but hey, they're already getting 2. Just a little bit more. Ooh, no.
That's the road you're going down? Really?
Oh, yeah. Such a good song, man. On par, and I cannot wait for the next meta when Viper comes in even more, so I can get my Britney Spears out. Anyways, 4 rounds to go. Heretics facing off against a weak buy, and this one should be easy to just laugh off, right? But Takis has got those knives ready to go. The Blade Storm. Well, this could cook up a storm for the defensive side if they give some space for these one-tap headshots. Remember, any range, one knife to the head will take you out. And when you right-click up close, all 5 go out at once. It is a shotgun and a sniper all in one.
Information already gone, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Lau just straight up throw out the wall. It'll take them a while to break it, of course, but they're just going to go straight in. Takas looking to be that entry fragger, and see you later, Pora. He's already gone. This could be the beginning of the end as Takas just looks to tear them apart. He's got his teammates alongside him. Rubino, with somewhat of a desperation play, goes peeking in to at least bring it back to a slight disadvantage. The weaponry on their side, but there's plenty to be retrieved.
Oh, there's a crossfire under heaven as well. They're not even checking the close right. 1-for-1 trades. Perfect as Avova is left alone. He tries to move fast, upgrades the weapon, but it doesn't matter. Hoppy in the back closes it out. 13-8. Heretics, they lose this map of Haven at last. It has been a long run for them. 27 straight maps. But finally, they have lost Haven. And Opportunists, they take us all the